Hello, hello. Oh my God, I'm so excited to be here and share this with you. So, my name is Lauren Jewell. I'm a mind and body practitioner, and I specialize in the gut brain mood connection and digestive health. And I really help people with identity evolution and truly shifting their relationship um, with nutrition, with health, with their body. And the result of shifting your relationship with your internal inner being, your health, your nutrition, how you create in this world, right? Internally, what happens is everything that you've been working so hard externally for starts to show up as a byproduct. So I kind of go against the grain of what we've been taught, where we've been taught to work really hard, hustle, do more, get this, get that, get married, and everything outside of yourself is a result of how you're going to feel inside. And I switch that and I teach you how everything internally is actually what's bringing towards you what you desire. So when there's an incongruency going on internally, whether it's the way that you're eating, the way that you feel about food, the way that you feel about yourself, what you think you deserve, your beliefs, right? All of these things, unresolved emotional traumas, emotional numbing, all of these things are what's actually creating your external results. So when you begin to shift internally, everything externally shows up and you don't have to work as hard. So it's a little bit of a mind, you're like, what? This is exactly the opposite of what I've been taught. And I want to make it clear. This does not mean I'm talking about manifesting and sitting there and dreaming. No, I know how to work hard. I know how to hustle. I know how to create physical results by doing. But the problem was that when I did that, guess what? I got the result. I didn't feel satisfied and I felt really burnt out. And by the age of 30, really at the age of 20, 25, I was like, this can't be it. There has to be more, right? And I know that a lot more people feel this way. So that's why I decided to go back to school and create a coaching platform that provides physical nutrition, mental nutrition, and spiritual nutrition. So I help you reconnect with your body and create a new narrative, a new story, and begin to see why you do what you do, how you can shift it, and how you never have to continuously rely on cookie cutter things, mentors, people outside of yourself, and you could become your own guru, right? So pretty bad for business, but I don't want you to have to constantly be coming back to me. I don't want you codependent. I want you to be able to rely on yourself and have that inner self trust, right? I want you to be able to use your inner guidance system, your inner, self healer inside to be able to create that GPS that you have, right? It's already there, it's free. So why not learn how to leverage it? And then if you want to stay in touch and you want to keep learning from me, that's great. That's through choice, though, right? It's not through, I have to, I need it. She has something I don't have. I want it to be through choice. So most of the time I become really close friends with my clients and we already have a special bond. So no worries about that. I'm just teaching you what I've already learned. I teach through embodiment, and I do not believe it's right that there are people out there who are coaching and preaching things that they're not actually embodying. They may logically know it, but they're not truly embodying it. And that's where we see a lot of incongruencies, right? You might understand something, but if you don't understand how to embody it within the body and reconnect with your body, then it's not going to show up like you want. So maybe you've tried some of this. Maybe you've done the mindset work. Maybe you've done the affirmations and you don't really understand why it's not working. And so you created a belief and you told yourself, this doesn't work. It's just different for me, right? And so it's just continuously confirming that belief that you have that you have to work hard. Things have to be harder for you. It's not meant for you. Maybe you're not meant to lose weight. Maybe you're not meant to feel better. Blah, 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 right? A lot of shame, guilt, a lot of I'm not enough, a lot of unworthiness there. And I get it because, again, I was there. I did not understand. I thought because I went through addiction, right? I struggled with addiction for a total of 15 years, but 10 years of my life, it was really bad. And I grew up in a household that it was prevalent. And I thought because after I got sober, I started noticing I was anxious and depressed, and I started gaining weight, and I couldn't, I was going to the gym, changing my diet. I wasn't seeing the results I wanted. Then I started a business, partnering with a network marketing company, and I was doing everything they said. I hired a mentor, all these things, and I just didn't understand why they weren't happening, right? Like, why? And I was really like, I thought that I was understanding anchoring my why, anchoring like the drive and the hunger to get to this destination that I was getting to. But in reality, I was really grabby and I was trying to prove something. And I created this belief that I thought that because I had guilt and shame around my addiction, because I was unhappy with the choices that I made in my past, and I had not allowed myself to feel them, I had not allowed myself to forgive and trust myself, I thought that it was always meant to be harder for me. It felt like there was this like rubber, like clear plexiglass right in front of me that I would see through it and I would be going, 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 and then boom, I would hit back and ricochet, right? And so when I started to learn about this, I started to realize, maybe this is like an arrow and it's pulling me back, pulling me back, pulling me back. And instead of seeing it as a bad thing, I started to see, oh, this is building my character. This is teaching me something. What is this teaching me? Oh, it's teaching me to let go. It's teaching me to forgive. It's teaching me to love myself. Oh, it's teaching me to actually honor and acknowledge that girl who actually got me here. Even though I may not be happy with it, she got me here. Oh, so she's me. Oh, okay. All right, I love her, blah, 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 blah. And boom, once I began to let that go, allow space for it, create this beautiful, beautiful vision, and understand that how I'm being every day and slowing down and releasing and allowing the space that I needed, holding patience, trusting myself, deeply knowing that I was meant for more, deeply knowing that I was already doing it and it was already mine, pulled that arrow back and it went, right? And so I give you this metaphor because I want you to understand that this is true for you too. But it takes shifting in your belief structure. It takes going back for a little bit to your childhood and understanding how you were molded, right? If you think of your brain and your mind as a computer system, right? A computer system that our body and our nervous system programs through what we're taking in. So the computer system's taking it all in, it's taking in all the information. And when we are growing up from gestation, which is when we're in our mother's womb, into about 8 or 10 years old, we're basically like a sponge and we're taking it all in, taking it all in, taking it all in. And after that, 8 or 10 years old, we start to really mold and create that belief structure. So depending on what you were surrounded by, doesn't matter if it was good, if you think it was good, if you think it was bad, if you think it was chaotic, if you didn't have the unconditional love, doesn't matter. If you had all of that, everyone has this, right? Everyone's mind and their computer system and their programming is programmed no matter what. And it's all unique, right? So everybody's nervous system, where the subconscious mind lives. So you have your brain, and then you have your conscious mind, which is the conscious regulator, right? And it's where you can make choice, where you can do math, all of these things, right? Then you have your subconscious or your unconscious mind, which is the stakeholder and the holder of the kingdom, right? So it's where all your emotions live, your beliefs, where all your memories live. It's also where, because it's connected to your nervous system, it's also where it tells your body how to digest its food, breathe, blink, heal this cell, heal this wound, all of these things, your autonomic nervous system, right? And so what happens is that our nervous system gets conditioned, our nervous system and subconscious gets conditioned, which is all the body, to whatever it is you grew up around. And the feelings and the emotions that you are around the most is what becomes your homeostasis. So essentially, as you're growing up, you're raising your cells in your nervous system to vibrate at a certain vibration. So what I mean by this is everything is energy. And if everything is energy, everything has its own vibration and frequency. And so if you can think about a an emotion. Let's say when you get butterflies, when you like someone, it's kind of like a vibrating feeling, right? So it's a very high paced emotion and it feels good and it's like a buzz. You're like buzzing, right? And so whatever it is you grew up around and whatever meaning you place to it, right? Because our brain and our mind are so amazing. But the one thing that it wants to keep us or wants us to do is to keep us alive, right? So it only wants to keep us alive. And so what that means is that it does not give a fuck about your dreams. It does not care that you want to be on TEDx, right? And you want to be talking on stage. It does not care that you want to go to top of the corporate ladder. It does not care that you want to quit your day job and you want to start a business, or it does not care that you want to go rescue all the dogs, right? It doesn't care about that. So what it does care about is keeping you alive. So if you grew up around a situation that was very stressful, very chaotic, and you didn't feel loved and you didn't feel like you were enough, what's going to happen is your mind's going to create meaning to that, which then creates a belief. So you have an event, you have an emotion, then you have a meaning to it, and that creates a belief. And so depending on your childhood, that's what's going to happen as you get older. You're going to start seeing this show up in your life in different ways, right? So if you created a belief that you weren't enough, this is going to show up through you not going after the person that you like. This is going to show up with you playing it safe, you being an overachiever, perfectionist, and you trying really hard and working really hard, right? Or if you created a belief, being around your parents, let's say your mom was very health conscious or she was very hard and critical on you. And so she always made you finish the plate, but then she would also criticize the way that your weight was, or the way that you looked, or the way that you ate. And so what this does is it creates these beliefs that maybe you are not attractive when you look a certain way, or maybe, you feel like you're not worthy of being a certain weight because your mom said something along the lines of like, you need to look a certain way to get this job, or they would never hire you, right? There's certain things. It could be your father, it could be a sibling, a brother, whatever it is. There's these circumstances that I teach very deeply within my group program. So what I'm talking about here is that we create body beliefs just as much as we create conditioned mind beliefs. So body beliefs show up in the way that we take care of ourselves. They show up in the way that we have a self-care routine, why we can't break certain habits. Maybe we are protecting ourselves. Our mind is keeping us safe. So maybe we're really stressed out and we're upset and we're unhappy. So what do we do to cope with that? We binge eat because it creates a surge of dopamine within our body. Or maybe we over work out and then we restrict and we have this all or nothing mindset to where we will really, really binge for a while. Then we get hard on ourselves. We judge ourselves. We're self-critical on ourselves. And then we restrict ourselves from everything and we work out a lot, burn ourselves out. And then we go back through that cycle again, right? So the reason why I'm telling you all of this stuff is because I am so much more than just a nutrition coach. And I'm so much more than just a mindset coach. What I am is I am the foundational piece to your business, to your life, and to your health and happiness. Because what I'm essentially giving you is the keys to the kingdom onto how you can create and reprogram and unbecome and completely regulate yourself to become whoever it was you were meant to become in the first place. You are already it. So what we're essentially doing is we're pulling back the masks, the stories, the narratives, the conditioning, the habits that were used to protect you all along. So we're not angry at that. We don't dislike that. We're going to unconditionally love that part of you. And we're going to figure out why that is. And then we're going to allow yourself to feel it and teach you how to feel emotions properly. And then when you're able to do this, you hold a lot of compassion for yourself and you get to release that layer of you, that identity of you. And it's a constant evolution. So you're never healed, you're always healing, but you're going to be able to create and feel free energetically and feel lighter. And internally, when you are able to cultivate the feeling that you want and you desire, you will be able to bring in whatever it is you want, right? With aligned action. There's no wishing, praying, and all of this. And then all of a sudden you do the same thing over and over again. And then you wonder why it's not happening. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is You set yourself up to a place where you do not allow these negative old programming thoughts to control your life to the point where you don't do anything at all. What you're going to be able to do is you're going to be able to redirect, have a choice, and live life as you are becoming her or him. So you lead from the vision and you essentially align and create congruency between your beliefs and your subconscious beliefs and your conscious beliefs. And essentially what that does is it motivates you and it creates your action and result. And so we learn all of this within the program. I'm not going to give you a program within, 15, 20 minutes. What I wanted to do here was give you a little override of what it is that I do, how I can help, giving you that feeling of safety, which results in your business, your physical health. It results in all your habits. It's everything to the core. This is like you're getting to the root cause of a lot of the issues going on within your life, whether it's relationships, all these things. These are all things that I love to work around, and they're all things that are relevant to nutrition coaching and health coaching and gut health and digestive health and your gut brain mood connection, because food and health are the foundations and at the security levels of what we need for survival, right? So everything else plays into it. So you're really getting at the root of everything when we do this. So what I wanted to show you, because I don't think I've ever really explained this, is what is the experience of when you do work with me, right? What does that look like? So I wanted to give you an example. Let's say you reach out to me and we decide to get on a connection call. So this is the way that it would work. If you reached out to me and you're like, listen, I'm really interested in what you do. I'm so sick and tired of doing the same thing, trying all these new diets, not getting the results. I'm tired. I haven't been sleeping properly. I'm bloated, right? I'm not able to lose this weight. I'm just not able to focus. I feel depressed. And this is not working well because I have a business and I need to be working optimally at peak performance. Or this is not working properly because it's showing up in my relationships. And I feel like my relationship is going downhill because I don't feel well and I'm starting to take it out on my significant other. Or maybe you just want to be able to run around with your kids and move around freely without getting fatigued and not having to take naps every day, when in reality you could be making memories with them, right? These are serious things that really matter. It's not always about the money, right? That comes as a byproduct. So if you're feeling optimally and you're able to work with your kids, you're able to hang out with your kids, you're not having to nap all the time, you feel happier because you're working with your kids, which then shows up in your business. And because you're happier within your family life, you're going to show up more authentically in your business. And because of this, you feel better throughout the day. Your stress hormone's not high, and your body starts to take in the effects of this. And so you start to release the weight because your body feels safe. See how this all works? It's amazing. It's my favorite. And so you get on this connection call with me and I point this out to you. We talk, you get really clear on what it is you want, what you've tried before, what didn't work, and what you're looking for. And so I tell you about what it is that I do, right? And so you're like, oh my God, I'm ready. You just gave me a glimpse of what it is that is possible for me. Let's go. So the next steps would be to creating a contract. So right now, what I offer is I just launched the Art of Change program, which you're still more than welcome to sign up for. Then I also have my one-on-one personalized coaching. I call it Quantum Health Experience because you're working within the physical nutrition realm, the mental nutrition realm, and the spiritual emotional connection realm. So nutrition realm. And so what this essentially is a whole body, total body health experience, right? It's multidimensional because we are multidimensional beings. And when you think about it, you're like, this makes so much sense. The reason why I couldn't stick with the, scientifically proven diet in the past was because you had some past traumas around dieting before, or was because you didn't believe that you were worthy of getting XYZ result, right? Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. Or maybe you were so stressed out that you didn't realize that you had gut inflammation, which was causing hormonal imbalances, your sleep disturbances, your moodiness, your midday slumps, whatever it is. I will help you figure this out. Because once we sign up with this personalized one-to-one coaching, essentially what happens is you sign the contract, you make the payments, I offer payment plans, or you can pay in full. And then I will send over your health audit. So the health audit, before we can even sign up for the first coaching call, which are 90 minutes, I do bi-weekly calls, is the health audit. So this is going to take some time. So I give you around a week to 2 weeks, depending on how long it takes you. It doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter until you get that filled out, where I want you to be able to sit down with a cup of coffee, take your time, walk away from it the next day, come back, fill it out. It is extensive. I have one of my clients is a world-renowned orthodontist. She has a orthodontist doctor's office also, and she's also a business owner. And even she, she just renewed her contract. Even she said that it was so in depth that she appreciated so much just coming from a medical background, because we're not used to it. When we go to the doctors, think about it. You go to the doctors, you fill out all the health insurance paperwork, blah, 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 all basic general information. And you do that longer than you do when you're with the doctor. And it's waiting and you're filling out that paperwork. And then you're with the doctor for maybe 5 minutes and you have been at the doctor's for an hour. And so we're not used to this personalized, very engaged, very extensive care. And the reason why it's extensive like this and the reason why it matters is because your current health situation is not because of what you did a second ago. It's because of what you did over a compounding period of time. And it's through your emotional health, it's through your mental health and your physical health. So it's a combination. So what a lot of us find is during the health audit, while you're filling this out, I also have a health timeline, is that what happens to you mentally and like physically, right? So like whatever's going on in your life, let's say you go through a divorce and then a car accident. Usually what we'll find line up with that is that a few months later or during that time or after that time, you start having these health issues, right? And so there's these markers that I have that show that it has something to do with the emotional mental body that's affecting the physical body. And so maybe you've been only working on the physical body, not understanding why you may get a result here and there, but then it goes straight back to that old habits and that old result and that old, those symptoms. And it's because you've been band-aiding over a symptom rather than getting to that root cause. So we do the health audit, we do the health timeline, and then I do a 3-day food and life journal, not to judge it. It's literally there so I can get an idea of what's going on, how you're feeding yourself, and where I can make adjustments, right? This is completely personalized nutrition. So when I say this, I'm saying that like this is not just a cookie cutter protocol that's saying it's personalized. This is actually personalized nutrition, where we always begin in the beginning with the gut. So the only thing that would be essentially cookie cutter is after you've done this health audit and we have our first review of that, which is a 90-minute health audit review session. I'm going to answer get any questions that I have with anything that I needed to be clarified, and I'll begin to create your personalized protocol. And during that time, what I'll have you start with is the amazing Quantum Health Gut Reset. It's a 21-day. And the reason why we must do this is because we cannot begin to work on hormones, for example, if we have gut issues, because the gut is the grand central station of it all. So what I mean by this is that we've known, if you know anything about health, we've known for a long time is the gut is where it's at. And I'm talking about like a very long time ago. And now it's starting to come back through science. So a lot of it was woo-woo, spiritual stuff that was like more Eastern, and a lot of people question it because it was not backed by science. Well, now it is. Now it's very backed by science. And that is something that you will learn from me, is that I am a mystic, like I bring the mystical with the science backed. So ancient wisdom with the modern science. That is what I bring. And it's my heart and soul, and it's what I'm here for, because it all works. And I also know that we have a lot of logical neck uppers who need that science back, that understanding. And so I provide that for you. So the gut is where it's at. And the gut is where we create all of our mood hormones, right? Our feel-good hormones. It's where our immune system lives. It's where our intelligence lives, right? Gut feelings, our intuition. It's where, we essentially create our health. So a lot of hormones are produced in the gut. So if we're having a hormonal imbalance, then If the gut's still imbalanced and you're trying to fix hormones, it's not going to work. Okay. So with the gut, it's connected to the nervous system and the subconscious mind, like I spoke about earlier, and it's bi-directional. So the health of your gut is going to affect your state of being. So it's going to affect your nervous system, and then your nervous system is going to, you know, communicate upwards to your brain to how you feel. So if you have a gut imbalance, or you're not digesting or absorbing nutrients, and you have nutrient deficiencies, and then you have inflammation or something like that, your body is going to be telling your brain, hey, it's not safe. Let's feel anxious. Let's feel depressed. Hey, like we're preparing for war. We need to gear up. Hey, this is an autoimmune, right? This is where all these things start. And then vice versa, if you work on your gut health, but you're still in a really stressed out state because of your mental programming, where you're constantly going and you feel like you need to do more, you're not enough, you're constantly jacked up, you're constantly in a threat response, you're constantly angry, you're constantly all these things, that is going to communicate downward to your gut, and it's going to make you feel queasy, right? It's going to make you feel sick to your stomach. It's going to make you feel anxious, not hungry, and it's going to affect your hormones, your gut health, all these things. So we start with the gut first. We do the 21-day gut reset, essentially, where you're going to be really just slowly implementing this. This is all within the Practice Better. I'm going to give you an example. The Practice Better program, which you have your own client portal. Here's a previous client of mine, Shailene's, and I want you to understand that Practice Better is where everything will be held right here. And essentially what is going to be happening is when you have your client portal Practice Better, you will have your modules here within whatever your name is, and however it's labeled, and you'll be able to come in, you'll be able to see, right, like week 1, physical nutrition. You'll start here, you'll print out any PDFs, download any files. We do a 7-day pre-cleanse phase. Then we start to learn about creating awareness and detoxing the mind, because we can't be, starting this if we're scared and we don't want to do it, like seeing what we need to release. Then we're going to learn about the cleansing phase. Then we're going to be learning about detoxing your skin, benefits of movement, cleansing your lifestyle, cleansing your spirit. And then I also have all of my previous masterclasses within here. Right. So jumpstart your nourishment lifestyle masterclass. So within the bi-week before we see each other again, you'll do week 1, right? You'll start the pre-cleanse, which is 7 days. And then the second time we see each other, you'll start your cleanse phase, where you'll be, doing the cleanse aspect of it, the gut reset aspect of it. And you've already done the pre-cleanse, which means that you've started to implement things. You started taking a few things out and start shifting your habits. And week 2, you begin the cleanse phase, where we'll be learning also about mental nutrition. So the psychology of why you eat like you do. You'll be listening to a masterclass. I also have some more literature on 20 ways to transform your mind, how nutrition impacts mental health, and understanding the gut brain. Then week 3 is spiritual nutrition. So transforming your spirit, spiritual nutrition pre-recorded masterclass, 5-step formula to healthy, delicious meals in minutes. And essentially, after those 21 days, at this point, I will have your protocol created, and you'll be refreshed. Everyone always feels amazing. They always feel more energized. They feel motivated. They feel clean and clear. They're just ready to go. They can't believe it. My client, Taryn, who is just renewed, she literally had migraines since she was 15 years old. And the only time she didn't have any migraines was when she was breastfeeding, which was like 15 years before. She came to me to lose weight, and I noticed in her health audit that she had migraines. And I was like, you kind of failed to mention that to me. And she truly believed that that was just going to be part of her life. She'd done everything, acupuncture. She'd found many doctors, different medications. She'd done massage. She'd done everything, single thing you could think of. And so she just was like, yeah, I just didn't want to let myself down. So I didn't think much of it. By doing this gut reset, because of the inflammation, because of the gut-brain mood connection, for her, migraines were resolved. It was absolutely amazing. Within 2 months of us working together, she didn't have 2 or 3 migraines, which was absolutely insane, because she was having up to 15 a month, sometimes more. So migraines, being an orthodontist, all of these things, imagine your life quality when you have those, right? So it taught her that she needed to work harder, harder, harder. And so not having them, and the lessons that it taught her was that she needed to slow down, right? Like it was her body's way of asking her to slow down. So when you're working with me, we will have the 21-day gut reset. And then I'll also show you here where we have session recording, session notes. And so every single call that we have together is recorded. All your growth notes are put in there. All of the assisting, literature that you need is going to be in there. And you'll have all replays, right? And then once you start working with me within your protocol, again, these are all personalized. For example, for Shailene, I had more on gut health here, what impacts gut health, how to detox, handouts and resources, a hormone section for her to help her with self-trust and body evolution, happy hormones, hormonal acne, seed cycling, nutrition for PCOS. Then I told her about macros and metabolism. So nutrition 101, metabolism and nutrition, more recipes, and fueling for performance. Now, this is big. This is personalized. So it really depends on where you're going to be going, what we're going to be working on. We can totally learn all this stuff. Everything that I have here is for you and it's evergreen. So it's all there within your platform. And then when we work together, what we'll be working together on our live coaching calls is more of that mindset, nervous system, somatic work. Okay, so it's a both and. You work with me, but in between the time that we're together, you're going to be learning a little bit more, and you're also going to be implementing. So you're going to be embodying, right? There's going to be resistance that comes up. You're going to be learning about the mind magic framework. So you're going to be learning about personalized or personal radical responsibility. You're going to be learning about the power of calm. You're going to be learning about your states of being, emotional frequency, emotional addictions. You're going to be learning about how to transform beliefs and create a new belief structure and reprogram that. You're going to be learning about the subconscious mind. You're going to be learning the power of fa, your focus and attention. You're going to be learning about how to shift your thoughts at any moment in time, the thought model and how you can transform them, how you can do the choice method, how you can dance with your fear, how you can create new stories, all these beautiful things. This work that I do is truly transformative because I'm taking a world-renowned program with mindset embodiment and identity evolution, and I'm pairing it with nutrition. So we're not only creating safety within the mind and the emotions and the body, but we're also creating safety within the physical health. Do you understand the transformation that can come from that? So another thing that I provide that a lot of people don't is I provide you with a nutrition, personalized nutrition. So every week you will get a meal plan, and I have an intuitive one through the Living Plate RX subscription that you'll have, which is created by functional nutritionists, right? And registered dietitians. And essentially, I also be doing is if you don't like the intuitive app aspect of it, right? The app is amazing. You literally have your personalized meal plan done for you. And then you can literally just like grab and move. You can look up more recipes. There's thousands of recipes, whatever ingredient you want, and it will come up for you. And you just grab it and move it in. And then you can also look up the grocery list, what you need to buy from the groceries. It's very intuitive. If you don't like that, so let's say you don't like that. What I'll also do is I will also create your co-created customized meal plan, and I will send it through a PDF, right? So this was one of my, like after my client sessions, I created this meal plan for her so that she has it written out really easily, right? Just like this. And this week she wanted to have some salmon. She wanted to have some broccoli, and she liked goat cheese, right? I asked her what she was in the mood for. So things like this, okay? And essentially what I'll always do, because I want you to understand why, is I'll tell you why these meals are good, why this food is good. Because information without application isn't transformation, right? Like you have to understand it, and then you have to apply it, and then you will learn it, and you will transform, and you will create new neural pathways. So understanding why she's eating these foods, not just blindly doing it and then relying on me forever for them. She's understanding why, and she's learning, and she's experiencing it, and she's doing it from a place of non-judgment. So with all that being said, I just wanted to show you a little bit of the experience that we will have together. I do a lot of subconscious work. I do a lot of inner child healing and all of that amazing stuff. We work with your fear, and it's just amazing. Like, I just don't think people really understand the depth that I help people with. And that's my fault, right? That I'll take complete responsibility for that. It's because I just assumed you knew, and I don't think you do. And now you do. And I'm so excited to invite you to sign up for a 40-minute free connection call. Totally not attached. I just want you to speak to me about what's going on, see if I can help you, and understand that you are worth it, and understand the ripple effect of what happens when you begin to work on your health. A lot of people have no idea how bad they really feel, or they're just accepting it as normal, right? They may have had heartburn or acid reflux for years, and they're just like, yeah, I just eat Tums like it's candy. That's not normal. There is some type of imbalance going on. Maybe you don't sleep well. That's not normal. Maybe you have really painful periods. That's not normal. It's just accepted because it's so common. Okay. You start to understand this. So being any age, doesn't matter if you're 40 and up, doesn't matter if you're 50 and up, being tired all the time is not normal. It's just accepted, but it's not normal. It's accepted and it's common, not normal. You can feel better. And what happens when you feel better? You do better, you create better, you do less and get more. Starting to get it? All right, guys. So if you're interested, go to the link in the bio. My handle on IG is Lauren_Michelle_Jewel. And the link in my bio, you can scroll down. You'll find all my links of my podcast, my freebies. I have a free gut health guide, a free fat loss and energy and sleep hormone balancing guide. But I also have the booking page for the 40-minute complimentary connection call, which I would love to invite you to sign up for and just speak with me. There's no strings attached. I just want to make a connection with you and see if I can help you. It truly is my heart's desire to do so because I've been there. I get it. And then if you want to follow me, go ahead, follow me. But any questions, please reach out and just voice note me or text me. Doesn't matter. I'm here to talk to you. I'm here to not have anything to do with my business too. We can just be associates. Doesn't matter. I'm here to help people who want. Otherwise, I'm here to connect with people, right? So love you guys. Have a beautiful day. And I cannot wait to hear what you learned today.